Phase 1 of the MCU. For those of you that don't know, that includes Iron Man 1, the first Avengers movie, Captain America 1. But Phase 1 of the MCU, it's a cream of the crop according to everybody and their grandma. Everybody loves Phase 1. And today, everyone wishes the MCU could just make movies like they did in Phase 1. That's what everybody wants. So recently, I rewatched all the Marvel movies, and in this video, I'm going to do a tier list of Phase 1 of the MCU. I'm going to do tier lists of each phase of the MCU. This video is going to be Phase 1. And at the end of the day, I'm going to figure out, was Phase 1 really peak Marvel? I don't know. Let's find out. So, first movie would be Captain America 1. What do I have to say about Captain America, the first Avenger? It was fun. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining. It has great characters. Absolutely. But, just like a lot of movies in Phase 1, the writing in this movie has some low points. Also, there's a lot of silly moments throughout this entire movie that kind of just take me out of the story, if you know what I'm saying. One good example would be whenever Captain America and the rest of his army friends, and they're ziplining onto the train, and they're just walking, they're strolling on top of this train that's moving God knows how fast. How? Don't know. Apparently one of Captain America's powers in his movies, he can defy physics. Am I nitpicking? No. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good things about this movie. I mean, first of all, the whole fight scene between Captain America and Red Skull on the big plane before he dives into the ice, all that's awesome. Him waking up in New York and they're pretending that it's 19 whatever, and he's like, I went to that baseball game. That was awesome. I love it. But this movie is just has lows, it has highs. But overall, this movie is a C tier. This movie is perfectly in the middle of C tier. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Or a 5 out of 10. I gave it a 5 out of 10. That's C tier. That's perfectly in the middle. It's mid. Not bad, it's not great. The next movie was The Hulk, I think. Pretty sure it was The Hulk. And The Hulk's a D tier. The Hulk sucks. Oh my god. I watched this movie and the audio was really quiet on my TV for some reason. I think it's Disney Plus's problem though, it's not my fault. So that made it even worse. But god, was this movie a giant mess. It was boring. There was really, the only thing saving this movie from being never watched, which that's F tier. I'll change it right now actually. The only thing saving it from being F tier is that seeing the Hulk was cool. The Hulk looked cool in this movie. And CGI wasn't bad for the time that it came out. Obviously, Marvel made a fantastic choice recasting Bruce Banner. Bringing in Mark Ruffalo is a great choice. Edward Norton's a great actor. I don't know about the Hulk. Also, I know the making of this movie was just a mess. I know they had a lot of problems. I'm not even gonna get into that. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole other conversation. But that doesn't take away from the fact this movie sucks. This movie's D tier. Honestly, it's F tier. It's F tier. I'm sorry. I don't think there's a single MCU movie that I'm gonna put lower than the Hulk. I think the Hulk is gonna stay at F tier for the rest of this tier list. I'm fairly confident in that. But that's enough about the Hulk. I don't need to talk about it anymore. It sucks. Everybody knows it sucks. The next movie is Iron Man 1. And boy, do I like Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1's a B tier. It's tickling A tier, honestly. It's super close to A tier. I love Iron Man 1. The CGI in this movie is unbelievable. I mean, wow. Also, the sound that Iron Man's repulsor makes. Pew, pew, pew. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then, I mean, you can't talk about Iron Man 1 without talking about Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. Oh my goodness. I love Robert Downey Jr. He's such a good actor. He makes this movie so much better. The villain's kind of lame. Obadiah Stane, not that big of a deal. Also, Terrence Howard as Rhodey is not that bad, I don't think. Honestly, maybe better than, what's his face, the guy who plays him now. I don't really care though. Either way, it's fine. Good movie though. Great movie. I love the story. I like how it's grounded. Lower stakes of a movie, and I like the movies that have lower stakes. I think they're more interesting to me. All around, I just really like Iron Man 1. I want to put it at A tier. I think B tier is where it deserves to be. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Iron Man 1. Next, going straight into Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is also C tier. However, higher than Captain America. Iron Man 2 was good. I think it's not as great as Iron Man 1. It's missing something. I don't know. But they're all... when you talk about Marvel movies that have great highs, it's Iron Man 2. The suit up scene with the suitcase and he's fighting Whiplash, great. I mean, that's a Hall of Fame Marvel moment right there. Also, the suits in this movie, the Iron Man suits, best superhero suits I have seen in my entire life. The silver one that Rhodey wears when they fight, amazing. Was that Iron Man 1? No, Iron Man 2. Tony's suit, amazing. The suit he wears in the suit up scene with the suitcase, amazing. I mean, God, what a great movie. Whiplash, he's annoying. He's annoying. I loved Whiplash. Iron Man 2 was like my favorite movie growing up. Besides Captain America 1. I was a Captain America guy. Besides the point. I liked Iron Man 2 a lot. Growing up, I loved Whiplash. I don't know why. And I mean, it's the same thing as all the other Iron Man movies. Robert Downey Jr. just... I don't want to say carried, but... I mean, he makes any movie he's in like 10 times better. I mean, he's so good as Iron Man. I love Robert Downey Jr. One of the best actors of my generation. For sure. Next up, I believe it's Thor 1. Thor 1's gonna go right up in C tier. Thor 1's in C tier with these other guys. However, that's right. You saw that correctly. Thor's better than Iron Man 2 and Captain America. I'm a sucker for the Thor movies. I get people don't really like them as much as I do. But man, I like the Thor movies. The vibe of the Thor movies, I'm saying movies, but I mean especially this one. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the other ones. This one. The vibe of this movie is awesome. The world building for Asgard is it's so good, man. It's so good. And it was cool when I was rewatching these movies, seeing Thor how he was in these older movies. Obviously, he's much different now. He's a giant goofball. So I like Thor's character in this movie. I think he's interesting. Obviously, though, he's not Thor the entire movie. He's kind of a little jerk. Also, speaking of jerks, Odin? Frick Odin. Odin's the most unlikable person ever. Odin sucks, man. Heimdall's awesome. Loki, awesome. I like Natalie Portman as much as the next guy. When Jane Foster and Thor are together on the screen, it's so awkward. I don't know what it is about it. I can't be the only person who thinks this. But their scenes together are unwatchable. I don't know if it's their chemistry problems. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. But it cringes me, man. It's like, it's too intimate. Like, I don't like it. I feel like a creep when I'm watching their scenes together. Overall, just... that's one of my biggest negatives about this movie. Overall, I just think Thor's cool in this movie. I think he's fun to watch. He's a cool character. Same with Loki. Loki's awesome. Loki's definitely one of my favorite characters in Phase 1 of the MCU. Thor and Loki. Iron Man's 1, then Thor, then Loki. Thor, I think that's all I have to say about Thor. It's C tier. It's the top of C. I could make an argument for bottom of B. I'm going to leave it at C tier. I gave it a 6 out of 10. So I'm going to kind of go with C tier would be around a 6 to a 5 out of 10. And then B tier would be like a 7. Yeah, you get the point. Avengers 1. People love Avengers 1. I think it's B tier. I think it's below Iron Man 1. I know. Don't kill me. I'm sorry. Avengers 1's good. It's fun. I love... the characters are amazing. Out of all the movies I've ever seen in my life, Avengers 1 is one of those movies where every single character, man, just perfectly done. I love it. And then Coulson dies in this movie. And when I tell you I'm the #1 Coulson enjoyer on this entire planet, I get sad every time I watch this movie, man. I wish Coulson could have lived a little bit longer in the MCU, and we could have seen him in more movies. Oh well. Coulson dies. It was a beautiful moment. His trading cards, oh man, that's an awesome part of that movie. Nick Fury bringing everybody together, you know, encouraging them to go and avenge Coulson. That was an iconic moment right there. What else can I say about Avengers 1? Loki's in it. Tom Hiddleston does a great job as Loki. I think the way they wrote Loki in this movie is really fascinating. Fight scenes are great. You know, it's just the writing. The writing is the thing that holds it back from being A tier, or at least higher than Iron Man B tier. I really like Avengers though. I think it's fun. I think it's such a fun movie to watch. I do think it's a little overrated. I don't think it's as good as people say it is sometimes. I get why people like it though. So I don't want to call it overrated because I understand why people like it. For me, lower than Iron Man. I really do like Iron Man more. So that's it for Phase 1. That's my tier list for Phase 1. That's over. I'm sorry if you disagree with this list. Comment down below if you would make any changes to this list. And if you like the video, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I really appreciate it. If I could hit 100 subscribers by the end of the summer, I don't know. I'll do something cool though. I promise. But yeah, that's it for the tier list. Thank you for watching and goodbye.